Hi guys. I am feeling a little ungrounded lately and decided that I needed to give myself some time to get grounded again. Maybe you guys are feeling the same way. So I'm going to do some yoga with that intention in mind of just getting myself grounded. And I know during these times that are a little crazy, there's a tendency for me to kind of fly off into all different directions, and whether it be a global level or a family level or a personal level or a political level or a employment level, or so there's all these different views in my mind of ways we can perceive the world and ways we can perceive ourselves. And sometimes I get so caught up in that that I start to feel like I don't even know which way is up and I don't even know where to start. And usually for me, that's an indication that I'm just scattered and need to just rein it in and take it home, just take it inward. And once I feel grounded, then I can start making decisions that that suit my best interests for this moment right now. And I also need to, it kind of makes me realize that I don't need to try to solve all the world's problems, and I can just start with me. So if any other of you out there, see I can barely even talk, are feeling the same way, then let's do this together. Okay, so we're just gonna start with our palms open and our feet on the floor, and open your feet about maybe hip width distance apart, and spread your toes wide and relax and lift your chest. Draw your shoulders back, gently draw your belly in just a little bit, gently lift your pelvic floor just a little bit, feeling that those two major muscle groups work together to support your foundation, your core. And let's close our eyes. So we're just gonna begin by breathing deeply. So let's just take some deep, slow inhales through your nose. And just gently let it out through your nose as well. It's really taking your gaze a little bit more inward now. So maybe you were focused on your environment or your house or your to-do list. Let's just start to take our gaze inward. And for me, it helps to sort of focus on that place in between my eyes from the inside. So I'm focusing on what some people call your third eye from the inside, but not forcing anything, not clenching our face or our eyes. And just sitting here for a moment. Maybe you feel your feet just standing on the floor. Try to feel the floor underneath you. And just noticing maybe where your weight is distributed. And some of us subconsciously tend to tilt forward or back, or maybe lean more weight on one foot than the other. Let's try to get centered. Distribute the weight evenly throughout your feet. And then just make sure from there your tailbone is slightly underneath your body, so you're not kind of dumping into your lower spine. Your chest is lifted. Your shoulders are down and back. Your chin is up. And then lift the crown of your head upward toward the ceiling so that your spine elongates. So imagine feeling this tube maybe of energy from the crown of your head all the way down to your feet. And just in your mind's eye, maybe sensing that there's a current going down and back up and around. So it's going down your body through the crown of your head, all the way down to your feet, and then lifting up, back into the crown and down. So when I'm feeling like I'm kind of drifting off into outer space, or kind of, what's the word for it? Not grounded, or maybe some people say out of their body, but you know, it's obviously you're not out of your body. You're just sensing that you're somewhere else. You're not grounded. Whenever I feel that way, it's mostly because the crown, I'm mostly using the top of my head, the crown chakra, and your third eye, and my maybe just those two chakras, and I'm not noticing the rest of my body, your throat chakra, your power chakra, your creative chakra, and your grounded first chakra. So just start to notice all those. If you're not familiar with chakras, you don't have to be. You just start to notice all those areas in your body working together rather than just maybe the top of your head. Just start noticing your whole body and feeling your whole body. And just continuing to imagine this light, or maybe it's a fluid, or maybe it's something else, a color, coming up, down the top through the crown of the head, down your body, down to your feet, and up again. Still breathing deeply, still standing nice and tall, still lifting your chest, still feeling your feet. Really feel your feet. Really feel the floor underneath you, and feel that it's supporting you. That's a biggie, is that sometimes even we're not trusting, and when we don't feel trusting, we just feel like the floor isn't even supporting us. So just imagine the floor is supporting you. Good. So let's just open our eyes if you haven't already, and we'll just start to sway back and forth. So we're just leaning our weight from right to left. And just getting a whole new, with our new sense of being grounded, with our new sense of stability, we're just leaning right and left. Side to side, just nice and easy. We're not super rigid, we're just kind of flowy and loose. And we can even come forward and back a few times on our feet. Maybe you even lift your heels off the floor, and then lift your toes off the floor. And continue with your deep breath. Doesn't matter how long you do these little exercises. Sometimes I feel like I need to just jump into, the more physical exercises, but in the grand scheme of things, when I look back, it's these subtle movements that are super beneficial. Okay, so we're just gonna go down to the floor now. We talk about getting grounded. We want to kind of maybe do things that are low to the ground and just feeling the ground. So we're going to open our knees, walk our hands forward. I'm going to remember to tuck in my shirt. I've had some clothing malfunctions in this pose. So we're going to reach forward, forehead on the floor. Separating your 5 fingers, feel your palms on the floor. Lift your chin up, or tilt your chin up away from your chest, and touch now that place we talked about in between your eyes, your third eye, touch it on the floor. And from here, we're just going to tilt our head right and left. So just relaxing your head. And again, bringing our awareness back to the ground, feeling the floor underneath us. And don't hesitate to move slowly. So we're just feeling the floor underneath our head, underneath our arms, underneath our legs. And just sort of find some more surrender. Maybe you can surrender a little more deeply as you really start to trust that the floor is there to support you. Good. Let's actually lift our hips now. We're just going to do another variation of child's pose, which is actually called puppy pose or half dog. So we're going to lift our hips all the way up, reach forward once again. And this time our spine is doing a little back bend. We're opening up our shoulders, so you're trying to get the shoulder blades, or actually underneath the shoulders, the armpits, closer to the floor. Just allowing all that blood to flow into the brain. Continuing to breathe deeply and slowly. And we'll lift up now onto all fours. Spreading our fingers nice and wide, we'll separate our hips, the knees underneath the hips. We're just going to move into some cat and cow. So let's start by just moving a little slowly here. Inhaling as you lift your chest, pushing that floor away, lifting the tailbone. Exhale, tuck your toes under. Push the floor away and round your spine. Inhale again. Big inhale. Exhale, push the floor away. Lead with the center of your spine and really opening up in between the shoulder blades. You can even tilt forward and back. Do whatever feels good. Lift your chest again. Exhale, push the floor away. Good. Let's just take our hips now in a circular motion. So we're drawing a circle with we could say we're drawing a circle with our tailbone on the lower half of our yoga mat. So we're taking our hips in a complete circle. Left, back, right, and forward. And we'll switch directions. And maybe you actually hold it in one place if you're feeling like that's a really good stretch for you. Hold it in one place or move super slow. Remembering to engage your belly, especially when you get up into this kind of a half plank spot. Good. Let's actually come into cobra while we're here. So we're lifting the chest, pushing the floor away, opening the front side of the body. Try to not maybe crank your head so far back. You don't want to relax your head. You want to keep it energized. So you can look up, but just try not to completely collapse backward. Let's pull the elbows in, the shoulders down. We're just going to move now from child's pose to cobra. So it's kind of like an army crawl. Coming up, big inhale, exhale back to child's, and up through cobra. Exhale back to child's. Inhale, swoop up all the way up to cobra. Exhale, hips back. Inhale, swoop up. This actually takes a lot of arm strength. Inhale up. Exhale, child's. Inhale up. Exhale, child's pose. And we'll lift back up onto all fours. We'll lift our right leg up, making sure your leg is centered, the knee is facing the mat. Let's lift your left leg, your left arm, pushing that right hand into the floor, making sure you're not collapsing into the shoulder joint or the elbow joint. Keeping the right hip square to the mat or to the floor. Let's exhale, bring it all in, inhale, reach it all out. So it's just following your breath. Couple more. Re-engage your right arm, lengthen out. Exhale, bring it all down. Let's lift your left leg up, left kneecap facing the floor, right arm reach forward. So we're not collapsing, we're jumping into the left arm. If you're like me and you're pretty flexible and even double jointed in some joints, you have to make sure that you're not collapsing. So this is my struggle, is that over time I start to collapse more and more, but you have to remember to keep it strong, keep it strengthened, and don't go all the way into the collapsed position. Chin up away from your chest, belly nice and tight. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, length. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, in. Inhale, out. And go slow if you need to. Couple more. And lower down. Curl your toes under, we'll lift up into downward dog. Let's just breathe in downward dog for just a minute. And again, taking your awareness back to all fours. And maybe you walk your hips out by pedaling your knees. You can do that, or you can lift them lower onto your up and down on your toes. So really feeling your feet articulating down and up on the floor. Draw the chest down toward the floor, as if you've got a handle on your chest and somebody's pulling that handle downward toward the floor. Let's pedal our legs just by walking back and forth, right and left. And maybe you come back to the chest opening, back to pedaling, back to looking right and left. You can shake it out a little bit. Let's just walk up now, right and left, just like we're walking on a balance beam. One foot in front of the other. Exhale. Let's grab both elbows. Bend your knees just a little bit. So now we are in ragdoll. Let's go right and left a few times. I'm just moving kind of slow today, just really tuning inward and finding that when I do move slowly, it gives me the opportunity to check in with myself, as opposed to moving fast. There's a tendency to kind of skip things, or skip feeling like you're getting more in touch or more grounded. Let's relax your arms down to the floor, palms facing up. Just hang here. Bend your knees as much as you need to support your upper body, your torso, on your thighs. And then we're going to engage our belly, engage your pelvic floor, and drag your body upward. So dragging the body up, keeping your arms relaxed. Everything is engaged. Finding yourself all the way at the top. You're gonna roll your shoulders out. So breathing deeply, opening the chest. Maybe you kind of sort of do a cat-cow here. I just find that my body just naturally wants to do that. So I'm figuring that that's pretty normal. So it's like you're here already, and then why not get an extra something in, right? So we're gonna wiggle it out, walk it out, pedal it out. Let's bring our ears from side to side, from shoulder to shoulder as we do this. So let's take our shoulders back again. We're going to transfer our weight now to our left foot. And we're going to pick up our right foot from underneath with our left hand, bringing our foot up to where our hip and torso meet, or maybe a little lower than that, that's fine. Right hand to the center of the chest, Namaskar position. Let's lift through the spine once again, engage your belly. Engage your pelvic floor, and just holding here. So we're focusing on one point. Maybe it's on the wall in front of you. Maybe it's on the floor. And without letting our foot touch the floor, we're going to shift our right foot, and we're going to reach it back behind us. So this time we're grabbing with our right hand. Little micro bend in that left knee. Maybe you bring your left hand to your left hip. Bring that right shoulder back and pull that heel up toward your hip. And maybe you tilt your hips a little forward, and that's going to give you a deeper stretch here if you're ready for it. Still maintaining one point of focus, taking our awareness back to our left foot, feeling that foot, feeling the energy distributed throughout the foot evenly. And if you want to take this a little deeper, you can bring that left arm up, switch your grip from the outside of your right foot to the inside of the right foot. And we're going to come forward. You don't fall out like me. So, just showing myself how, unstable I am today. That's okay if you fall out. So why we do yoga is to practice getting back in, is to get you in tune with noticing how your mood or your energy correlates with your poses. And when I'm not grounded, I tend to fall out more. Reaching and kicking, and slowly come back up. Wiggle it out. Maybe you shift your hips one way and the other. And then we'll take our weight to our left foot. Pick up our right foot. Oh no, we already did that side. Okay, shift your weight to your right foot. Pick up your left foot. Pull it up as high as it'll go. Left hand to the center of your chest. And if this is not happening for you, if maybe you take it down a little bit. Maybe you bring your left foot to the inside of your right ankle today. And find your balance there. Or maybe you use a wall. Shoulders down and back, belly engaged, pelvic floor engaged. And without putting our foot down, we're going to let go of our foot, bring it back, take our left hand, grab our left foot from the outside of our foot, and hold here. And again, maybe you tilt your tailbone under a little more, and that's going to open up your quad in the front. And if you want to bring your hand to Namaskar or hand on your hip, focusing one point. Maybe it's on the wall, maybe it's on the floor. we'll take that left hand, shift it from the outside to the inside. Right arm reach up, stretch up, and come forward. Reach the fingertips forward. Kick that left foot back into the palm. You're going to feel this in the shoulder, left shoulder and arm as well. One point of focus. Slowly come back up. Let's shake it out again. And we'll take that right arm in front of across our body. Take it with the left hand and look over the right shoulder. Going deeper every time you exhale. Try to take it a hairline deeper. Your body wants to open up. You just have to give it, you just have to allow it the time. Which is still to this day my hardest thing is just allowing myself to stop and give myself time for my yoga practice. So one point of focus again. And continuing to exhale. Every time you exhale, try to take it a hairline deeper. Good. Let's reach behind us, interlocking our 10 fingers, pointing the fingertips down, and lifting the chest. If you feel like you want more stretch, bring the chin down toward your chest. But remember, we're not letting go of our lower spine. We're keeping that tailbone just ever so slightly under the body. And we're keeping our belly just ever so slightly engaged. Although some of us actually are opposite, so I shouldn't only speak from my own body. Some of us are naturally here. And you would need to bring your tailbone back a little. So try to get the tailbone under your body wherever you go. So I naturally kind of want to be here because I have a super flexible lower spine. Some people are rounded spine a little bit. So they would need to work on opening the lower back. So wherever you are. Let's inhale both arms up, interlock your 10 fingers again, and we're just gonna go right and left. Check. Okay. So right and left. Slowly. Opening either side of the body, really feeling our feet on the ground, chin up. Let's hold it on the right, upper body back, tailbone into the body, right shoulder forward, arms and head together. And other side. Chin up. Really anchoring both feet to the floor, but focus on, if you're stretching to the left right now, focus on anchoring the right foot into the floor. You don't want it to, I'm exaggerating, but you don't want it to pop off the floor. You want it anchored in, or then you're really going to get that stretch down the sides. So let's bring our hands behind our head and just go right and left again. Good. We'll roll the shoulders a couple times. And we're just going to take our hands, let's relax your arms. And we're just going to kind of allow the arms to slap our body. Wherever your hands fall, it's perfect. Breathe deeply. We'll add some powerful breathing to this now. So every time you turn, it's an inhale. And every time you come back to the middle, it's an exhale. So you're exhaling powerfully through your mouth. Great job. Let's wiggle it out. So we're just going to wiggle our bodies. You can even flick your hands and wiggle the knees. You can wiggle your head a little bit if it's, just be careful with it. So you're just doing what you can without any pain. You don't want to force anything. It helps to wiggle. It's good for anxiety, stress relief. Really works your nervous system. Kind of, in my mind, it kind of resets the nervous system. So I'm going to do this exercise. It's called the joy pose, the joy exercise in Kundalini yoga. So it's inhale and then exhale. Inhale, exhale, powerful through your mouth. So it's like you're flicking your energy out of your body. So you're making room for joy, right? So you're flicking your anxiety out, or fear, or whatever it is, whatever negative emotion you feel is you're struggling with right now, flick it out. And if you want to add, if you want to add a little jump in the middle, you can. I have to watch my ceiling fan. Let me scoot back. So do that if it feels good, but don't do it if it feels like too much. Okay. So we're going to come to a seated position. Just sitting crisscross, hands to your knees. We're going to take our torso in a circle. So imagine there's a handle on the crown of your head, and somebody's pulling that handle around in a circle. So keep a straight spine. You don't want to round your spine. So if that means you have to take your circles a little bit smaller, then do that. No big deal. That's actually exactly where you want to be. So there's no right or wrong answer. In yoga, it's just where you are. So we're going to go the other direction. This is very grounding. If you are interested in learning about the chakras, this is very stimulating for your first chakra, which is around your tailbone, and it's what grounds you to the earth. And then your second chakra is your sexual organs, and it's actually your creativity chakra. So it stimulates your creativity. So just stimulating those two chakras, taking ourselves to a grounded place. Let's switch directions again. And let's open our legs. Let's do some some circles with our feet. Maybe you open and close your feet. If you've worn boots or tight shoes, this is really good for your feet. Or if you've been really courageous and worn high heels, this is good for your feet. I shouldn't say courageous, I should say, I don't know what I should say because I don't like high heels at all. They're not good for your body. They're just not. We're gonna come forward now. Come forward and to the side, hands on the floor. I really notice because I have my knees immediately, my knees, I've struggled with knee problems, and yoga has actually helped a ton. So it's not a stressor for me right now, but if I were to wear high heels, I would feel it in my knees almost immediately. But maybe other people are able to wear high heels and be just fine. Just have to remember to open up your feet and your calves and, spend some time not wearing high heels as well. So we're coming forward and to the side using our arms. This is also very stimulating to those two bottom base chakras. And we're gonna go right and left now. So let's just kind of like ballerina arms, right and left. So let your arms be flowy. And it doesn't matter how far you go, just go as deep as it feels good for you. Let's actually do a little bit of a flow, speaking of flowy. We'll warm up a little more now that I had to just spend some time just acclimating myself to yoga for a minute. So we're gonna inhale, both arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Let's pedal it out again. Actually, let's bend your right knee, place your right hand on the floor, and lift your left arm up. Look up to the ceiling. And switch sides, left hand down, left knee bent, right arm lift up. Little spine twist. Doesn't matter if both knees are a little bent, either. So let's just switch right and left, so you can get the hang of this. So you're just switching hips and switching arms, switching hips and switching arms. And we'll wiggle it out again. We'll step back with our right foot now. Big step. We're going to lift up into high lunge. Just holding here, letting this leg open, this front right hip open, engaging our belly. We're going to step forward now. We're going to shift the weight into our left leg. Come forward into forward balancing. And then step back again. So we're just lifting into forward balancing, stepping back into high lunge, noticing where you are with balance. I'm very wobbly today. So, re-engaging, one point of focus, really tuning into your body. And you won't need to look where your foot is landing, especially after doing a few. This is good for proprioception, which means knowing where your body is in your environment without having to look, and just conscientious of where your body is. And the more you practice, the better you get. And this will directly relate to other things in life as you move through your daily activities. One more on this side, and we're just going to step forward. Let's forward fold again. Pedal, pedal, pedal. Shift right and left. Actually, let's squat a few times. So let's actually leave our feet parallel to each other and just lower and lift. And we're going to step back now. Left foot, so big step. Reach up, get strong. One point of focus. Swing the arms under, come up, forward balancing. Hold. Step back. As far as is comfortable for you, maybe you don't step back 3 feet or 4 feet. Maybe you step back 2 feet or 1 foot. Just going at a pace that's comfortable for you, trying to be under control of your body. So if you're finding that you are pretty wiggly or wobbly today, just slow it down a little. Think about your foot and where it's landing. Think about where your body is and how you need to balance. It'll be pretty subconscious. So if you just think about your foot, your body will follow. One more time. Step back. Ending in high lunge. I'm just going to turn to face the front, turning your toes in. Forward fold. Grab underneath your heels if you can. If not, you can always bring your hands to the floor. Or maybe you grab the base of your ankles. But either way, you're drawing that head, crown of your head, closer and closer to the floor. So this is actually taking our crown chakra and bringing it down to the ground. So crown chakra is spiritual growth, spiritual insight, intuition, more of like a global mindset, down, taking it and connecting it to the earth in your world. So in a sense, you're taking all this information and making it, stabilizing it, grounding it. So it's not just ideas, it's ideas that are being grounded in your life, into your life. So just continuing to pull downward. Exhale as you release your spine. Inhale as you engage and get your balance. Exhale as you release your spine. Lengthen your neck. Lift the tailbone. Let's roll the weight a little bit forward into the balls of the feet. And then we're going to place our hands to the floor and tilt all the way to the left. Straightening out our right foot, or flexing our right foot back. Opening up the left hip. We can actually come down low again. Forearms to the floor. You can roll out that right ankle. You can open up the knee more. And remember, you don't have to be in a particular place. Be where you are. So maybe it's here. If you would like to try binding, you can try that. So you can reach that left arm in front of your left knee. Reach the right hand behind you. And look up. Find your focus, find your balance. Maybe you bring that left heel to the floor even, and then regrip. And if you're feeling uncomfortable, try to stay with it a little extra. I always find that if I want to come out, it means I probably need this posture because it's uncomfortable. It means there's something to work through, right? Breathe into it, and we'll switch sides. So maybe you start on your toe, on that right toe. Bring the forearms down. You can flex your left toe back or even do some circles. Just going to your depth, wherever that is. Maybe you're able to open that knee a little, or push that knee back toward the back wall a little more. And then if you want to try binding on this side too, you can. I have a feeling this side's going to be harder. It's normal for one side to be harder. Left side is always more flexible for me than the right. Okay, looking up to the ceiling. Good, we'll release, coming back up to center. Turn the toes in, arms out. Lift back up, feet together, hands together. Let's relax. We'll come to the front of our mat again. I keep meaning to get into a flow, but I keep wanting to hold in different poses. Maybe that's what we need most today. Inhale. Let's do a back bend. So arms in a V. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold again. We'll step back, right foot. Inhale, up to high lunge. Exhale, plank. Hold here. Let's actually do a side plank. So we're gonna keep our right hand on the floor, and we're gonna tilt to the right. Lift your left arm up. You can look up to the ceiling, or you can look straight ahead, but find one point of focus. Just holding here. You can lift your left leg up, if you can do that without falling. And even if you do fall, it doesn't matter. It's just a practice. This one's really hard for me right now. Good. Come back to plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up. Downward dog. Downward dog twist. So reach through. Reach your right hand through to the outside of your left ankle. Other one. Reach that left hand through to the outside of your right ankle. Back to downward dog. Let's walk up. Inhale, lift up. Back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step back left. High lunge. Hands down. Plank. Tighten it up. Side plank. Noticing I'm very wobbly today in this pose as well. I'm gonna lift that top leg up. Right hand back down. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down. Inhale, down dog. Let's lift our right leg up. Left leg up. right leg up, left leg up. So we're just switching back and forth. Getting some movement and mobility into our legs, knees, hips. Stretching the back of the legs. Let's go into three-legged dog with hip opening. Right side, so stacking the hips, right hip on top of the left. Holding here, lift that knee up high. Right leg down, left leg lift, stack your hips. Bend that left knee. See if you can look up through your left shoulder up to the ceiling. And let's just walk through. Left, right, inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift again. Exhale, forward fold again. Step back right again. This time we're gonna come, bring that left forearm to the left thigh. Lift the right arm up. And then we'll reach that left hand all the way down, triangle pose. You can bind here as well. Or just hold in triangle, or just hold here with forearm on the thigh. And maybe even you try to get that pressure off the thigh. So if I were to move my hand, nothing would happen. So let's triangle or cartwheel the hands down. Let's do plank again. We'll do side plank again. This time, try to take that left foot in front of the right, and then on top, and then back, top. Front, top, back, top. Whew. Front, top, back, top. A few times. And swing that hand down. Plank, lower all the way down. Cobra, lowered back down. Reach back to grab your feet for bow. Inhale, kick up. Stretching the shoulders, stretching the spine, opening the spine. Exhale down. Use your arms, use your strength. Come all the way up. Downward dog. This time we'll do some downward dog leg lifts. So do the right side a few times. Just going at your own pace. Switch sides, left leg lift. So under control. Step through the hands left, right. Inhale all the way up, back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold again. Step back left. So if you want to think about it, warrior two first. Then hand to the right thigh, then left arm up. Remember, if I were to take my hand off the thigh, nothing would happen. So try to get to that place. Maybe at first you have to lean weight on your front leg, but after a while, you won't need to. If you're ready to go deeper, to touch fingertip in between big and second toe, go ahead and do that. If you want to try binding, you can, but maybe it's not what your body wants today, and that's okay. Let's cartwheel the arms down, plank, side plank. Let's do our same exercise on this side. So front, middle, back, middle. Front, middle, back, middle. This one's harder for me, so just go slow. Go at your own pace. Good. Come back down to plank. Exhale all the way down. Cobra. Let's do bow pose again. Reach back, grab your feet, lift up. Trying not to let the knees come apart, but rather energizing your thighs and knees in closer to each other until they're about 6 inches apart. Kick back, chest up, chin up. Exhale, lower all the way down. Push up, downward dog. Let's do some tricep push-ups here. So we're gonna come high on our toes, turn our hands in and open our arms, or open our fingers rather. So we're coming down and up. Let's go for 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Walk back up, walk on a balance beam. Inhale, circle up. Exhale, relax your arms down, and we'll come to lie down on our mat. Arms out, windshield wiper. Just breathing deeply and slowly. We're gonna bring that right knee across our body, right knee to the floor. Look over your right shoulder. Twist. And we'll twist on the other side. So left knee comes over the body, left arm stretches out to the left. Look over your left shoulder. If you want to do some sort of a back bend, like bridge, you can. I'm going to do wheel. If you want to try wheel, you can. Maybe it is already part of your practice. You can tilt forward and back. Or lift one leg up, see what happens if you try to lift your leg up. And coming down, let's bring our knees up and hug your knees into the body. Tilt right and left a few times. Relax your arms and legs down. Deep breath in. Deep breath out for Savasana. Take as long as you need in Savasana. Great job, you guys. Thank you for joining me. Have a great day, a great week.